Well, cut. We're filming a video. What was the question? I'm flustered now. What's up, y'all? It's Yaz and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time viewing my channel, welcome. My name is Yasmin. I am a 5th term nursing student and today I am here finally recording this video. I always tell you guys to ask me questions because I'm filming a Q&A and this Q&A never gets posted because I never film it. So as you can see, I have a special guest with me.
Hi, I'm Natalia. I go to school with Yasmine.
Okay, so yeah, so I felt like I really wanted somebody in the video with me just so you guys get different perspectives because she may have a different take on certain subjects than I do and vice versa. So without further ado, I'll get right into the video. First question that I received is, I guess this is more mental. What's your advice for someone who's not academically confident? Who thinks they're not smart enough? This is a really good question to start this video with. I really like this. I can relate. I definitely can relate. I don't know if you can.
Well, yeah, but it's not about, you have to apply yourself and really want it. And, you know, it's all about reading and always studying.
Yeah, like with exactly what she said, my advice for someone who struggles with that is to know that it is just reading. It is just knowing the book work. Like, it's not about being smart. It's just about applying yourself. So don't feel dumb. Don't feel, you know, subpar to someone else because they act like they know everything in the world, because eventually they will be stumped on something. And even if they don't, good for them. But there's nothing to feel dumb about or to feel any way about, because this is not easy. This is hard. So yeah. The next question I got says, hey, I love you so much. I love you too, girl. Like, honestly, I really do love y'all. But I currently just started my first year of LPN. I wanted to know how you prioritize your assignments and how you deal with procrastination. What are some tips on preventing procrastination, especially when you just feel so overwhelmed most days as a nursing student? Okay, so this one right here hits home with me because I'm always overwhelmed 24/7. There's never a day that I just feel like, oh, you know, I got this.
Well, you're smooth sailing.
Yeah, there's never a day. But with that being said, you just have to know, like, you have to be on your grind, but at the same time, don't overwork yourself. Like, even if you know, like, I know there's deadlines and there's things that need to be done, but if you need a day to just, you know, relax, go out to lunch with your girls, or, you know, be with your boo for a day and just kind of put away the books, then do that, because you don't want to burn yourself out. Take those breaks.
Yeah, also with studying, like procrastinating studying, I always get things on my phone. So if I don't feel like sitting up reading my book, I lay down and I look for resources online. I search my topic or search my subject and I lay down and I sit there and read. Also, a study tip is, like, you study for, let's say, 30 minutes and then you take a break and do something else and then go back to studying, just to refresh yourself, so you're not just sitting here studying so you don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, definitely, because I just started doing that last tip about timing my studying, because yeah. So, study style for pathophysiology and pharmacology. You guys have a lot of questions about patho.
I know. Patho, I study the disease and its signs and symptoms, write them out, and then keep reading, or what you write. Yeah, reading what you write out. Make a study guide, like you did. Make your study guide and keep on reading your study guide. Yeah, so definitely, if you're, like, into study guides, I would suggest doing a study guide. Or if you're not into study guides, get into study guides, because you're going to need them eventually. And with pathophysiology, know what you're studying and know what to study. And I feel like it's really funny how everyone asks all these questions about patho, and it makes me feel not okay, because I hate that we're all struggling. But if y'all watch my channel, you know that patho was the class that, like, really had me, like, I was down about that class. I felt the whole entire term. So with that being said, patho has a lot of A&P, and if you don't know your A&P, you're gonna feel like, oh my goodness, I have so much to study, I don't know none of this stuff. But in reality, you know the stuff. You just have to refresh. So when you're studying for that exam, don't spend all that time reviewing the A&P, because at the end of the day, you're taking patho. So study those disease processes, know those signs and symptoms, and the class isn't that hard when it comes to that. So
But mind you, this is what I figured out after I failed the first half of the whole term. So, you know.
I don't know, videos helped me. A lot of pathophysiology videos. How many kids do you have? I have one. I have one child, and going through nursing school with her is just like, I don't know, like sometimes I have to put on TV for her or give her a tablet, give her banana, snacks, juice, sit here. Mommy has to study, and I go in my room, close the door, and sit there and study.
I don't have kids. Okay, so this question says, I'm applying for nursing school within the next month or two for fall of 2019. I have good grades and a good T-score, but I haven't had the time to obtain a CNA license or volunteer because I've had to work to support my family the last couple of years. I feel like this is somewhat preventing me from getting into a good nursing school. What do you think? Well, hold on a second. So first of all, if you have a good T-score, if your school requires a T-score to get in and it's good, then I think you'd be fine. As far as a CNA, you don't need to be a CNA to be in nursing school. That is a complete myth. So don't worry about that. If you're already working to support your family, salute to you, and God bless you, and God bless all y'all in that household. But don't worry about doing CNA, because whatever job you're doing to supply for your family is probably better paying and better and more convenient for your situation. So you don't have to be a CNA to be in nursing school.
Yeah, not at all. I went into it with no medical background, no nursing background. I wasn't a CNA.
So yeah, that you don't have to be a CNA. So yeah, none of that will prevent you from getting into nursing school. So yeah, well wishes to you and your family, girl. Thank you for sending the question. Was it hard for you to get into nursing school? No, well, our school requires an HESI. What is it? No, it's not HESI. What is it called? Is it a HESI?
Admissions test?
Yeah, it's like the HESI.
The HESI, yeah.
HESI admissions test. So, you could either take the HESI admission test, or if you had SAT scores that were valid within like 3 years or something like that, that like met their requirements, you could get admission into the school. So that's the route I took. I brought my SAT scores to them, so I didn't really have to struggle with that. I just had to get my paperwork together.
I didn't bring my scores. I had to take the test. It wasn't hard at all. It depends on what school you're going to and what test they're offering for admission. So you just have to know what test you're taking and study for that test and go in and take it. But for our school, it wasn't hard for me.
And I know I have someone who also took the admissions test, and she did really well on it. But well, at least for Jersey College, from what I know, is that they give you a bunch of links of like similar questions to study, so it helps you out a lot when you actually go in and take the test. Oh, this is cute. It says, tips for passing fundamentals as a working nursing student. Your girl is struggling out here. Girl, me too. Girl, me too. Passing fundamentals as a working nursing student.
Flashcards work for me. Because when you're working and you're on break, you can take out your flashcards and study. Fundamentals is a lot of information, so you want to study as much as you can whenever you can.
And also with fundamentals, with like flashcards, I know a lot of people don't like doing flashcards because everybody likes, you know, being on the phone, and you can have flashcards on your phone. Like, you can download Quizlet and do your Quizlets flashcards on your phone, and you can pull them out at any time too, so that works. And also with foundations, with me, I focused a lot on those skill pages at the end of each chapter, because they pull a lot of questions from that. Like, I took my first exam and I did decent, you know, I did fine, but I realized, like, after I took that first exam, okay, I see that they're pulling from those skill pages. So pay attention to those skill pages.
The nursing skills.
Yeah. Oh, this is a cute question. It says, how do you manage going to school and gym? Girl, I don't go to the gym no more.
For real. My membership is canceled. It got canceled like last term.
That shows that you are an oldie but a goodie, because when I first started nursing school, I did go to the gym and stuff like that. That's long gone. You know, I wish I could get in here and there, but honestly, I'm tired 24/7. I'm lazy lately. Period. I'm not gonna lie, I say lately. I'm just lazy, and I feel like, honestly, I don't have time for it. Technically, I don't go to the gym, but I mean, I guess I still work and go to school. And how long do I study for? So with working, I actually have a whole video on working while in nursing school, so you can check that out if you want to, but I'll kind of briefly answer this. Is I plan out what I'm gonna do. So I'll plan out how many chapters I need to cover before I go to work, because I know my time is limited. So that's how I handle that. What's next in your journey? Wherever God takes me, because I'm notorious for saying what Yaz wants to do, what Yaz has planned to do, but if it's not up to him and if it's not in your cards with him, he's gonna knock that right out.
Yeah.
So I've learned to just stop telling myself where I should be, what I should be doing, because in reality, if it's not for me, none of that's, it's not going. Yeah, so yeah. What's next in your journey?
Bachelor's degree, of course.
Yeah,
and then, you know, I'll work on what they call a dump floor, where you get to experience everything and see what I like and what I want to specialize in. I'll take it from there, but now I can't determine it.
Do you study by yourself or have study group study? We're each other's study group.
Yeah, just us.
Yeah.
And by ourselves, though, you have to do both. You have to.
You have to, because everyone's schedule isn't going to link up, so definitely learn how to study by yourself. But if you can't get with a study group, I suggest it, honestly. Why choose an ADN over BSN? Ooh, why did we choose that? Honestly, we didn't. Our program is just an ADN program. Of course, we are going to get our BSN. However, it's just not going to be within the 2 years. But it's cool. Is CNA worth it?
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't go for my CNA. I would just jump right into nursing.
But I'm not saying like don't have, like if you're already a CNA and then you go to nursing school, like that's different, because you know you're in the medical field. But as in like, is it worth it? Like if you're not a CNA, it just depends on your circumstances. A lot of people say that, you know, CNA gives you experience and, you know, all that stuff, which is true. However, when it comes to actually paying bills and having to get stuff done, unless, you know, you have experience and, you know, you have a really good agency or company that you're working with, the average here is like $9 for CNA. Yeah. And for someone with limited time and schedule, that ain't gonna pay no bills. Well, at least for me. So it's just about what works for you. Because our next question is, I heard that Jersey College is very hard, meaning they kind of set you up for failure. Is that true?
They don't, they're strict and they're hard, but they're building, what is it, like good nurses. And then you have to look at their NCLEX pass rate. They're strict for a reason. Because that pass rate is like a 96, 98 for NCLEX. So.
Yeah, and there's people who did it, so it's not impossible. It's definitely doable. Just gotta apply yourself.
How do you prioritize what you're studying? I usually do like what I think is harder, which class I think is harder. I study the most and put more time into. That's how I do it.
Yeah, and me, what I do it is I do it by when I have the exams. Like so say if I had an exam on Monday and then an exam on Thursday, I would start studying for that exam that I have to take on Monday first, and then once I get that out the way, then I'll start dedicating my time towards the other exam. And that's what's been working for me lately, because before I kind of was like, okay, I'm struggling in this class, I need to study for this class. But then I would get all mixed up, because then I wouldn't even study for the other class or get a couple hours in for this class. So yeah. Okay, so the next question is, gotta move quick. Should we buy our own stethoscope as a new nursing student or use the one that school gives us?
It depends on which one your school gives you. If you can use it and work with it and you can hear clear through it, then stick with that one. You don't want to go out and buy a stethoscope and spend a lot of money on it until you know what you're going to specialize in as a nurse.
Definitely, definitely. So the next question is,
how to pass anatomy and chemistry. Well, we didn't have to take chemistry.
Yeah, we didn't have to take chemistry.
anatomy, what worked for me is outlining the chapters, flashcards, going on Quizlet on my phone or my computer, just always reading and studying, just repetition, keep on reading those body functions and things like that.
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I remember I used to do questions online. So see if your book can be registered online and then do those practice questions. I don't really remember much about A&P, so I'm sorry. Alright, y'all, so that is it for this video. First of all, I want to thank you guys so much for sending in questions for me to answer, and thank you so much for being patient with me, because I know I've been pushing off this video for the longest. And I also want to thank Natalia for joining me in this video. If you have any other questions that you guys want me to answer that I may not have answered in this question, or you kind of want me to elaborate more on them, definitely follow me on Instagram. Everything will be down below, my Instagram and all that stuff. Follow me on Instagram and DM me, because I definitely respond to you guys quicker on there, because I am on there more often than I am on YouTube. Or comment them down below and I will get to them as soon as possible. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, subscribe, click that bell for notifications, and I'll see you all in my next video.